Hello friends, I am Hardeep Singh from Gati Group of Classes welcomes you on our YouTube channel. Guys, today we have a topic that is of class 10 CBSE Political Science, that is Federalism. And today in this video we are going to complete three of the topics, subtopics of the Federalism, that is characteristics of Federalism, difference between unitary and federal government as well as kinds of government. So let's start without wasting any time. This is the lecture 1 and we will make three videos on this chapter. So let's start the first video. That first of all there is a question, that is what is federalism. Actually, what does federalism means? We have to conclude this thing. So first of all, that is the relationship between state as well as center. There is a relationship between these both the organs, the state and the center of any country. We are not talking about only India, but we are talking about the federalism now. So here is the definition, in which power is divided between a central authority and its various constituent units. What does constituent units mean? That simple means that is state constituent units. The various constituent units and the central authority run their administration independently. No one is going to interfere into each other, and even the states are not going to interfere into another state's work. This is the main points over here. First of all, let's see the characteristics of the federalism. This is our first topic. And two or more level of government. First most important point, two or more level of government. When we are talking about the federalism and the federal government, one is the government for entire country and the another one is the government at the center or the provincial levels, because at the Britishers time they were known as provinces, and even now we can say that in Canada, in Australia, there are the provinces. Central government is usually responsible for few subjects of common national interest, which are having the interest of a country, interest of a whole community. And the state or the provincial government, they just look after their day-to-day administration, not for whole of the administration, just only to their day-to-day administration and of only on their own state. Both these levels of government enjoy their power independent of each other, and in some cases there can be more than two level of government, such as in India. We can see over there there is a central government, and after that there is a state government, and the next is the local government. Supremacy of judiciary, this is the second point. In a federal government there is a supremacy of judiciary. Like we know that there are three organs of the government. The one is the legislature, second executive, and the third one is judiciary. So that judiciary is the super most important organ of the government. For example, like whatever the works they do, protecting the constitution. First of all, if anyone infringe the right of any person or any government, so only and only judiciary can solve that dispute. Second thing is interpretation of the constitution. Whenever a constitution is needed to be repeated, needed to be read, then only there is a power in the hand of judiciary. Those can interpret, means they can explain what has been written in the constitution. Third one is the deciding dispute between the center and the state, and even sometime when two states or more than two states are having some dispute over a common issue, then also Supreme Court look after that dispute. Now the next point is the separate jurisdiction. We have a separate jurisdiction. Jurisdiction, obviously every person and every sector and every organ, they have their own jurisdiction. Now some subjects to govern, but each tier has its own jurisdiction in specific matters of legislation, taxation, administration. Means everyone, like even we can say over there like judiciary, we can say the executive. So everyone have their own powers. For example, in India, we have the Supreme Court, High Court, and district courts, which provide justice to the people at the different levels. We can say that in the Supreme Court, they are having and they are handling the things which are important for a country. And High Court, they just look after their own state matters, and the district courts, they just look after their own district matters. Specification of the jurisdiction. The jurisdiction of respective level or tiers of the government are specified in the constitution. The existence and authority of each tier of government are constitutionally safeguarded. Means every tier, whichever the power has been given to them, those are constitutionally safe, that no one can take those from them. Now the next is the rigid constitution. What does a rigid constitution? We know it very well that our Indian constitution is rigid as well as flexible, partially rigid and partially flexible. The fundamental provision of the constitution cannot be unilaterally changed by one level of the government. Now, if anyone have to amendment in any constitution, then there is only one way, that is majority. Whether it's a simple majority, whether it's a special majority, whether it's something else. So such changes require the consent of both the levels of government, center as well as state. Specification of the source of income. Now what are the source of income for center as well as for the state? Like we can say that each level of government are clearly specified that what are their financial income sources. For example, in India, we can say that excise duty, that is a source of income for the union government or for the central government. Whereas agriculture tax, that is collected by state government. So it's obvious it's a income for the state government. Now the next thing is that is the dual objective. What are the dual objective of the federalism? First of all, federalism system has dual objectives. The one is the to safeguard and to promote the unity of the country. Second thing is at the same time accommodate the regional diversity, because we know that in India there is a big regions such as Punjab, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat. So these regional diversity they have to accommodate. Difference between the unitary and the federal government. This is our second topic of this video, that is division of subjects. First of all, there is a division of subjects between center and the states. Which are the subjects are of the national importance, those can be given to the central level government, and which are for the local government, those can be given to the state government. Now, but in the unitary government, all the subjects are in the hand of only in one central government. Now, this is the difference between unitary and federal government. Unitary government is those government which are having only one level of government, that is central level. Structure of administration. There is a double administration, government at the center and the government of the state. But in unitary government, there is a single administration, that is central government. Provinces do not have their own separate government. Double constitution, we can see over here generally there are double constitution. One is for the entire country, secondly for every province or state has its own jurisdiction or a constitution. And now as against this unitary government there is a single constitution, but our India, in India there is a quasi federal government, so that only one constitution is available there, but the powers and the rights of the every state and the center has been written over there at the separate points. Now, the third one thought topic is that is the kinds of federation. What are the kinds of federation? There are two aspects we can see over here, like government at different levels. They should agree some rules of power sharing, because that also we have done in the first chapter, that is of power sharing. An ideal federal system has both the aspects, mutual trust and agreement to live together, because if we know that in the central level there is a one type of government, there is a another government, party government, and in the state there can be a another party government, so they should have a mutual trust between each other, so that they can do well of the public welfare. This balance depends on mainly on the historical context, that how that federation has been formed, how that federation came into existence. There are two kinds of federation we can see over there. The first one is the coming together federation. We can see that independent states coming together on their own to form a bigger unit. When every independent states they are coming together or they are making a bigger unit by collecting with each other, so then that is known as coming together federation. By pooling sovereignty and retaining identity, they can increase their security and even they can share the economic resources also. So that will be very helpful for them to raise. And this type of coming together federation, we have the examples of the countries like USA, Switzerland, and as well as Australia. Under this type of federation, all the constitution states, that is states, usually they have equal powers. They don't have the like that every one single state is having one power and the another one is having some specification of the powers. So it should not be there. Okay, so next is the holding together federation. This is the second part of the kinds of the government. Holding together, and thus a large country decides to divide its power between the constituent states and the national government. Now it means that central government is more powerful than the state government. India, Spain, Belgium, these are the kind of examples of the holding together federation. Under this, we can say that central governments, they are more powerful in compared to states. If there are something like there is some problems or the conflicts are there between the states, for any type of things, and there is a conflict between the center and the state, then obviously center will be on the majority. So guys, very often different constituents we have seen of federation have unequal powers. So every federation states have the equal powers. Some units are granted special powers, such as Assam, we can say in India, and in Jammu and Kashmir in India. So these are the those have some special powers. Like Jammu and Kashmir, they have their own flag, but it was earlier, but not now. They were having their own constitution. So it was a basically a few good things has been given to them, few special powers given to them, just because of we can say that minority or someone else. So guys, here is the topic. If you like the video, then please hit the like button and share the video among your friends, among your classmates. And if you are a new one, then please subscribe our channel. Thank you very much guys. Bye bye everyone.